Recall 2020, most of individuals do, and for some it will keep on being an injury that requires a long time to recuperate. The beginning of the COVID pandemic and its belongings keep on influencing nearly everybody in the world, making phenomenal worldwide disturbance society. Spoilers coming up on the present recap: Frightfulness, Secret, and Spine Chiller film Debilitated. Set on April 3, 2020, while looking for pandemic supplies, Tyler Murphy gets an instant message from an obscure stalker inquiring as to whether he got tried. He becomes uncomfortable and leaves the store. In his vehicle, he gets a call from an obscure guest on the opposite end who doesn't answer. Tyler advises him to stop with the stalker baloney. What's more, drives off. Inside his loft, he sees the front entryway open. Notwithstanding having shut it out of nowhere, the television is turned on. He strolls towards the lounge room and switches it off. Camouflaged with a veil and a dark hoodie, the stalker assaults him. He figures out how to run and keeps himself inside a room. He then, at that point, emerges from the room with a bat, looking for the stalker, who slices his throat as the pandemic consistently stops the world. And carries her closest companion, Mary Woodlow, with her to isolation in a far-off family lodge. On appearance, they begin unloading their provisions like Tyler. Parker likewise starts getting upsetting texts from an obscure stalker. She enlightens Mary, who concurs that presumably is her ex who is playing, while Parker obstructs the stalker. That evening, as the young ladies were living it up, Parker's ex, DJ Cole, startlingly appears at the lodge. Regardless of not being welcomed, expecting to accommodate with her, he enters the lodge by means of the secondary passage. In the wake of spending time with the two young ladies for a brief period, DJ faces Parker over an Instagram post that shows her kissing a person named Benji at a school party. In spite of the fact that Benji was just a concise experience, she actually runs DJ's expectations of reuniting. After the showdown, DJ goes to his vehicle to get his rucksack. Leaving the lodge's front entryway open, the stalker gets the open door and slips into the lodge. He starts threatening the threesome by taking their phones while they were snoozing. DJ awakens and sees that his telephone is absent as he was looking for it. The stalker begins playing clearly music, which woke Parker, who understands her telephone is missing. DJ gets Parker and tells her that they are in good company in the house. He gives her his vehicle keys and advises her to get to the vehicle as he goes to get Mary. Presently in Mary's room, the stalker attempts to go after her in her bed. Ignorant about what is happening, DJ wards him off with the goal that she can get away from outside. Following a savage battle, the stalker kills DJ by skewering him through his chest. On seeing this, the young ladies endeavor to leave in their vehicle, yet they stall out because of smothered tires. The stalker runs towards them and picks a block, tossing it and breaking the window. They escape the vehicle and begin dashing back to the lodge with the stalker in pursuit. They get into the house and rush higher up to the storage room and escape through a window. After the stalker breaks in, he gets Mary's hair, making her stagger and tumbles to the ground. In the meantime, Parker goes into the house and runs towards the front entryway. On opening it, she sees the stalker running towards her. A battle breaks out in the kitchen between them as Parker seems to pound the life out of the stalker. A short time later, she is stunned to see a subsequent stalker entering the lodge. She escapes outside to beware of Mary, who tells her that she can't move since her leg is broken. A short time later, she is stunned to see a subsequent stalker entering the lodge. She escapes outside to beware of Mary, who tells her that she can't move since her leg is broken. Also, snatches the paddles. Frightened, she hops into the lake and swims to move away from the men. Parker comes to her closest neighbor, Mr. Lyon's home. What's more, enters through the window. Inside, she is met by Mr. Lyon guiding a weapon at her, ordering her toward leave. Subsequent to accounting for herself, the stalker out of nowhere kills Mr. Lyons prior to continuing his quest for her. In the meantime, Mary slithers back to the lodge and attempts to make a support for her wrecked leg, uncovered to in any case be alive. The primary stalker out of nowhere goes after her. She conclusively kills the stalker by cutting him in the throat. The subsequent stalker gets up to speed to Parker on a far-off street. She figures out how to ward him off and waves to a passing vehicle. The driver, Pamela, demands that she ought to put on a defensive veil. Before entering her car because of the pandemic, Parker does as she asks and Pamela lets her in soon after she falls unconscious due to the chloroform on the mask. Pamela and the stalker then bring Parker back to the cabin. Mary sees them show up and conceals under the kitchen counter. The stalker exposes himself as Pamela's significant other Jason. The couple uncovers that the dead stalker was their most established child, Tim, insulting Parker with the Instagram video. Pamela then explains that their other son Benji died from COVID-19 and they blame her for kissing Benji and transmitting the virus to him. Meanwhile, Mary sneakily gets a laptop. Pamela adds that they additionally killed Tyler since he communicated the infection to Harrent. They currently need vengeance against her as well as her companions who readily broke quarantine. Jason sees that somebody is utilizing the Wi-Fi. What's more, rapidly turns off it. Pam advises him to head outside and twofold check in the event that Mary is still there. When he goes out, Mary thumps Pamela with a wine bottle, making her stagger. As Parker pushes her to the ground through the window, Jason later runs inside the house and starts shouting to Pamela. Subsequent to seeing Parker is missing, he goes higher up to search for her as Mary cuts his leg. Parker comes to him running while at the same time showering his face, then, at that point, thumps him over a higher-up railing and falls on deer horns that skewer his body. The two young ladies leave and enter a close-by conceal as Pamela seeks after them with a hatchet. Parker shields herself with a gas can, spilling fuel all around Pamela's body. Mary, in the long run, sets Pamela ablaze. She starts running not too far off, shouting, and later, falling to her. Passing the two companions stroll to Pamela's dead body as squad cars pull up to the scene.